Dr. Toney, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hi, Dr. Toney. We're just waiting for sound. I'm going to try to connect my laptop.
Okay.
So I can get it on that end.
You can turn your.
Dr. Toney, you can turn your camera on.
Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for our Research Days award ceremony. So I would like to introduce Dr. Toney, the Senior Vice President of Research, to inaugurate the ceremony.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My apologies for not being there in person. I wish I could be. Research Days is truly one of my very favorite days of the year. I'm actually working on some research projects up in New England. So while I'm here, I'm happy to celebrate the awardees remotely. And I just wanted to say on a personal level how proud I am of the vast majority of Kane students and faculty who have really engaged in Research Days in a meaningful way and embraced the passion of discovery, the joy of discovery. It really is just so gratifying to see that. So I just want to give congratulations to everyone who's been engaged in such a creative and innovative venture. It really brings great distinction to Kane University. So on the topic of bringing distinction, it's my privilege and honor to introduce the Faculty Research Mentor of the Year, Professor Min Chung Han. She's Assistant Professor of Marketing in the College of Business and Public Management. She teaches social media marketing and internet marketing courses. And to her credit, she's mentored many student researchers. And very importantly, she's helped them publish scholarly papers, supported them for presentations at national and international conferences in marketing. And her students have received awards many times over. For example, Kane student co-authors Danwei Yang and Adrian Peralta, both marketing majors, were honored with the Best Paper Award at an international conference in 2021 for their research on country of origin cues in e-commerce. Another example is Kane student Jesse Cornell, also a marketing major, recognized twice as a young scholar at national conferences. That includes Marketing Edge and Association for Research on Nonprofit Organizations and Voluntary Action. And Jesse's research under Dr. Han's guidance also earned the Best Poster awards at the conference. So there's a lot more I could say about Dr. Han. You can read a lot more detail on the Research Days website that just went live this morning. But with that, I'll pass it on to the person to introduce in person and bring the award to Dr. Han.
Dr. Han and Dr. Farouk, if you can come up to the stage.
Congratulations to Amanda Hahn for this wonderful work. Let me just go to the microphone.
Yeah.
I would like to echo these kind words that were offered by Dr. Toney. But the number one thing is fear of public speaking, right? And so Dr. Han has done so much to help students overcome that fear, as do others here in the audience. And so I'm so proud of what she's done with our students in our college, and those students that Dr. Toney has just mentioned are just, the very top echelon of students she's helped among many. So with that, I was just being so honored to be able to be up here with Amanda Hahn and present the award for Faculty Research Mentor of the Year this year.
Well done. And thank you, Dave. Let me know when we're ready for the next.
We're ready for the Graduate Research Student of the Year.
Great. So next, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce the Graduate Student Researcher of the Year. And this goes to Karen Kleiman. She's a doctoral student in Kane's Combined School and Clinical Psychology program. And her current research focuses on anxiety, trauma, and mood-related disorders, as well as transdiagnostic processes that underlie acceptance and mindfulness-based psychotherapies. She serves as research manager at Kane Psychological Services, where she's leading a study that looks at compassion-focused acceptance and commitment therapy. She's completed clinical training at the Center for Anxiety in New York and New York Presbyterian Columbia Irving Medical Center. And before that, she worked at the Columbia University Regulation of Emotion and Anxiety and Depression Lab. And she also earns her Bachelor's of Arts, interestingly, in ethnomusicology at Barnard College. So with that, I congratulate Karen and her faculty mentors, Professor Marks and Professor Lerner. Hopefully someone can be there to present her the award.
Well, thank you all for being here, and just a warm, wonderful congratulations to Karen. She has brought so much to our department community in her time at Kane, and Dr. Marks will share a little bit more about her as a student more generally. I wanted to just say a few words about her work, her dissertation work. So this is a project that Karen and Don conceived quite early in her time in the program. They've been working on this for many years, and that's a really good thing because it is an extraordinarily ambitious dissertation, especially for a student in a PsyD program like ours that has tremendous requirements also in terms of clinical practice and practice in the schools. So really important project. It has involved collaboration with leading scholars, practitioners in the field, engaging in compassion-focused therapy and acceptance and commitment therapy. And it has involved coordinating the training of over 20 doctoral students, as well as developing adherence coding procedures and all kinds of really important rigorous statistical and methodological parameters. And so incredibly ambitious study that's also paved the way for many other important studies within Kane Psychological Services Center. That is an incredibly exciting development for us as a program, and there are numerous students who to fill, and it's just been such an honor and a pleasure to experience this project alongside Karen. It's been a fantastic work.
Yes. Yeah, boy, well, that was pretty comprehensive. I just have a couple of things I want to add about Karen. So a little bit of an anecdote, if you will. So when Karen interviewed for our program now 4 years ago, I remember after the interview, I said to the student who was shuffling applicants to and from my office for the interviews, I said, well, she's the best student we've ever had, is what I said. And I was right. I just want to, kind of emphasize that. No, she is an absolutely astounding graduate student and is going to be, I believe, one of the leading psychologists in our field. Just as a kind of additional piece of evidence in support of that, Karen, from our PsyD program, which is a school and clinical program matched for internship at one of the most elite clinical sites in the country, where the Institute of Living in Hartford, Connecticut, which normally doesn't even take students from PsyD programs, but because Karen is such an accomplished scholar and accomplished researcher, I think they had interest in her work, which was terrific. Just one other thing you might not know about her, in addition to the ethnomusicology degree, she's also an accomplished violinist and has played Carnegie Hall. So I just add that. Is there anything she can't do? No. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're right. Can I say, do you want to say anything do you want to say anything to embarrass either of us now?
Well, I don't know what to say. Like, thank you so much, Don and Jen. I think, without your support with this project and really trusting in me to do it from the beginning, wouldn't have happened. And also the program generally, and there's also lots of other people in the program, other students who have helped a lot. So just want to, thank them, and I really appreciate it. And hopefully the results for the study will come out soon. But thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Dr. Toney, next we have undergraduate student researcher of the year, Stacy Fortes.
Yes, absolutely. So you already said it for me, but I'm happy to congratulate Stacy on some really fine work. And I just wanted to make a quick note that For those of you who saw our keynote speech yesterday, it was presented by 2 undergraduates who did just extraordinary work on racial literacy. So if you weren't in attendance yesterday, I encourage you to watch the video. It's really relevant to what we're all about at Kane. So Stacy in particular has certainly deserved this honor on many levels. She's a senior who's a computer science major. She began her undergraduate work during the summer of her sophomore year, so that's important to note. And she's worked on a range of projects that include artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, data science, working under 3 mentors, Drs. Lee, Dr. Quack, and Dr. Chu. She's worked on AI research funded by Google that includes a prestigious program at Rutgers called URISE. In addition to that, she's worked on looking at video footage from drones in the parking lot to identify empty parking spots, certainly practical application. She's presented the results at an international conference in 2021. And as I mentioned, in summer of 21, she was accepted at the Rutgers program. She worked with faculty from environmental science to combine both artificial intelligence and climate study. And the work was noted as being particularly innovative because she created visualizations of climate data and used it to test an artificial intelligence algorithm to see if certain precipitation patterns with better accuracy compared to what the human eye perceives. Certainly excellent work. She's currently working on work that she began in her junior year that looks at Twitter data to analyze sentiment towards COVID-19 vaccine using natural language processing. I could go on. This sounds to me more like doctoral work. So really well done. I'm looking forward to what Stacy does next. She's presented at a range of conferences, including the Great Minds in STEM Conference, National Conference on Undergraduate Research, LSAMP Conference, and of course, Kane Research Days. Again, I could go on, there's more detail, but it is notable at the end of the description, it says that she's going to be joining the software engineering program at JP Morgan Chase after moving on from Kane. So I think that deserves an applause. So with that, I'll pass it on to the mentors to present the award.
I'd like to request Dr. Patricia Morelli, Executive Director of Computer Science, to come up and present her with the award. And Dean Chang, would you like to come up?
So Stacy, this is the part where you come up.
Dr. Morelli, if you'd like to say a few words.
Sure. Thank you very much, Renat, and congratulations, Stacy. We are so happy. It's really exciting to celebrate your accomplishments, and Dr. Toney did a terrific job summarizing. You did start right after your sophomore year, and the model we have in the School of Computer Science and Technology is spend a summer with us, and then we'll send you away after your junior year for that summer. And you did exactly that. You were local at Kane, summer of sophomore, and then you went off to the Rutgers RISE program for the summer after your junior year. The important thing, I think, is that you didn't stop. It wasn't just summer. It was all through the year. You had research continually going. It's been very exciting. You've used a lot of different tools, worked with a lot of different faculty, which really speaks to your ability to make relationships and nurture those relationships. What I particularly liked was how the techniques you developed at Kane for AI, you took them down to Rutgers and used them for the climate prediction. And who knows what you're going to do over at JP Morgan. That'll be a big deal. But more importantly, while you were here, you were also in charge of the Women in Cybersecurity group, and you were also part of the Google Developers Group, I think. And I happen to know, because people have told me, what a good friend and colleague you are. You're really very well regarded in our student community, and we really are so happy for you and wish you the absolute best. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So next, we have our cover design contest winner. Dr. Toney, if you'd like to announce the winner.
Yes, absolutely. So every year for quite a number of research days annually, we've challenged our students to come up with an interesting design, and I'm always impressed with the creativity. The winner this year goes to Patricia Slawowska. She's a junior in graphic design, interactive print and screen. So for those of you who see the ebook that we posted on the Research Days website, it's just a gorgeous example, very creative. I actually selected it amongst the submissions. And as I mentioned, she's a junior. She has an interesting background, having grown up in a range of places from Poland to Brooklyn to New Jersey. She's worked on a number of projects in the Michael Graves College. And interestingly, she was a research intern with Kane's Facilities and Campus Planning, where she got the opportunity to design the official visual identity for the organization. Right now, she's an intern in the Design Studio Practicum for the second semester, where she's working closely with faculty administration in the college on several endeavors for the Nantucket Historical Association. We've actually had several students who have done very well there. She's creating an interactive experience for children that focuses on different species of whales for NHA's Whaling Museum. And she is collaborating with an industrial design student to create an immersive exhibit for the Patricia Gralewski Gallery in the Green Lane Academic Building. And previously, she worked with students and faculty and the School of Environmental and Sustainability Science to identify, research, and design a book about different species of trees on our beautiful campus. There's a lot more detail on the website. I'll just add that she's also, on top of all that, done some important work with Professor Robin Landa, who's very well known for her work and research on advertising and design. And I congratulate her on just a lovely example of using visual arts to express something that can be very difficult to express in words sometimes. So well done. Do we have someone to present the award?
Unfortunately, due to a family emergency, Professor Navetta couldn't be here.
Okay.
So on behalf of Dr. Toney and Kane University, I would like to present you with this award.
Great. Great job, Patricia.
Dr. Toney, next we have honorable mention for the Design Contest Award.
Yes. Yes, so I believe we have two honorable mentions, also close runner-ups, I would say, beautiful examples, one from Lindsay Nell O'Connell, who's a graphic design and interactive advertising student. She's actually an alumna, and she graduated with honors, participating in 2 research days, so I was happy to see that. And she wrote apparently that her favorite space to design is where art and technology intersect. I would share that sentiment. I find that very fascinating to look at that intersection between divergent fields. And she likes to incorporate augmented reality or virtual reality into her work. And she also, as Patricia, has been part of the Nantucket Historical Association with the work. She worked with the Design Studio Practicum, along with Professor Ed Johnston, in which they worked on a virtual reality projects, also for the Whaling Museum. They've mapped out historic recreation to build the visualization. So if you have a chance, I encourage you to look at that work. Very interesting. And again, there's a lot more detail here. You can look at the website. I also loved her design. So very nicely done.
I don't think Lindsay's here today because she graduated and so unfortunately she couldn't be here today. So next we have the next honorable mention for the design contest award.
Yes. So last but not least, I believe is Toney Ajah, who's a junior in graphic design, interactive print and screen. Also a wonderful example of visual expression of complex concepts. It's written that she's an enthusiastic student who takes her design to the next level, striving to challenge herself and build any project through her vision, emphasizing how research influences the outcome of any design. And she worked with Professor Denise Anderson in the Michael Graves College. And she's currently working on a magazine spread for the Society of Publication Designers and looking forward to future opportunities. So if you take a look at her design, you'll understand why that was chosen as one of the top. And we did have a wide range of submissions. So very, very nicely done, Toney. Do we have someone to present?
I think that's a wrap, Dr. Toney. I don't know whether you want to share some closing remarks.
Oh, yes. Again, I just wanted to congratulate everyone on this fine work. I do encourage everyone to see the Board of Trustees public meeting, which will happen on Monday, May 2nd at 4 p.m. There'll be a link on the Kane website. And each of these awardees and their mentors is invited to present at the public Board of Trustee meeting, so the broader public can appreciate their work. And again, I just want to express my appreciation of all the hard work of the faculty mentors. This wouldn't be possible without their work and creativity. I respect the time and effort they put into it. I share their joy and passion of working with students, and I will continue for years to mentor students. So I look forward to continuing the connection with Kane students and wish everybody a good, successful rest of the semester and of course, commencement coming up. So congratulations, everyone. Renat?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Renat. Thank you for all you do.
Can you send me the link for the YouTube?